Yeah, I learned a lot. I became the man I am today because of PKA.
Well,
oh no.
Yeah, that's tragic. No, there's
You seem like
the
a
New
good
York
guy.
Times ran an article on someone who became this like wealthy guy by following it, and he credited me in the New York Times article. I have it bookmarked. It's,
Really?
yeah, I'm really proud of it.
So you'll
That's
be like
awesome.
in the presidential archives, right? Or congressional archives. They have to.
Yeah.
Don't they keep track of all that shit?
I didn't think of that. Yeah, you're right.
Is our show wasting space in there? Do all
I hope
YouTube
so.
videos keep? Are they
It's a
kept track
different
of?
archive.
Is it the ADL watch list archive?
It's closed in
couple
North
watch
Carolina.
lists. Yeah. I know we've said a few things about the Israelis that'll probably get us on some lists.
No, they're never wrong.
I'll be honest. I've swung back the other way. I'm team IDF now as well. Like for a while, they had me. For a while, they had me, on the other side because they were showing me a lot of burnt up, crispy babies. And then that aid group, that's what really upset me a little bit. It seemed like a bridge too far for me when the aid group seemingly were like precision struck, like their car had a hole through it where the missile hit, and it's like, well, hang on, why aren't we shooting white people in cars? These are definitely not your terrorists who came on October 7th. These are just feeding like.
So help me understand, who shot the aid group?
You didn't
Israel.
hear what Kyle's upset about? They were white.
No, but wait, I maybe I misunderstood the start of it. I thought Kyle had swung back and become
I have.
Israel.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
you like people who kill aid workers?
Well, no, what I was saying was there was a time when they were showing a lot of crispy babies and they were showing, like I said, that aid group getting struck. And I was, this is no good. You guys are bad. But I'm coming back around the other way. I mean, they're just trying to win that war that they didn't start. And then they released that video today of them like torturing those lady hostages and stuff, and that brought a lot of people back too. If you watched it, they need to show more people that stuff, because I feel like people are only seeing the awful stuff that the Israelis are doing.
I've seen enough of.
They cut their Achilles tendon, Taylor, so they couldn't run away.
I don't want to see. Is this another beheaded babies thing, or is it?
They beheaded babies. They cooked them in ovens.
They retracted that. You're so far behind,
I think
dude.
that's been
I just don't think so.
40 babies or something.
Definitely not 40 babies.
No,
I'm pretty sure that's the
being put
initial
forward as
reported
fact
number, though.
weeks.
I don't think I made that up. Some guy said this on Joe Rogan's podcast, and it kind of resonated with me. He says, all right, you and I are in the house. Some guy breaks in, kills me, and then you kill him because, hey, you were next in line. That's self-defense, right? That's not really a close call. You're allowed to kill that home intruder, right? I think we're all on the same page. Everyone's on the same page. He breaks in the house. He kills me. You kill him. It's in your house. You're cool. Everything's set. Let's go this way. He breaks in your house. He kills me. Then he goes back to his own house. And he's there with 5 or 6 family members, his wife, his 4 kids. He's chilling. He's watching TV. You go to his house and you murder him, his wife, and his children. Is that self-defense? Because that's more what Israel's doing now.
Well, it's called a war, though. It's not about like self-defense. We don't need to stand our ground, and we don't need to be in fear for our lives. There's an existential threat just over the border, feet away. Like you measured in feet how far the bad guys are away. Remember when they were dragging those European women through the in the back of the truck through the streets, and you just see anybody upset.
Fantastic feat of upper body strength. Yes.
Everybody's spitting on the raped woman laying there with their leg twisted funny. Everybody's slapping her. The children are, the peasants. Like the Hamas has to defend their hostages from just the populace at large in Palestine. I don't know. I'm on Team Israel on this. I think they're all bad. I think that there might be a few people somewhere who aren't bad, but those people are living such a shitty life because they're not bad, because that they're not of any consequence anywhere. I think most of them are bad. Most of them are either Hamas or Hamas supporters.
If this was Am I the Asshole? I'm firmly everybody sucks here. And that's why I don't like being involved.
Oh,
this was too early to talk about fucking Israel and Hamas in the show.
You're the anti-Boogie. See, no, you're anti-Boogie. Boogie would have been like, they're all good. They're all people. They're all children.
No, you know what?
They're all God's children.
Would do? Boogie would barge into the West Bank, and they'd see just how big and powerful he was, and they wouldn't dare. He would have shut that right
look,
down.
And they know he means.
You know who we needed?
Yahoo.
We needed Mark Wahlberg on a paramotor. He would have shut that shit right fucking down.
It wouldn't have gone down the way it did. That's all I'm saying.
If he hadn't seen, he's like, I was supposed to be on those towers. If I haven't seen that Vietnamese guy on the way to work,
Yeah,
You know,
and to rough him up.
I would have been killed.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Marky Mark has a history of hate crimes where he
Yeah.
beats people senseless. Really,
Big hate crime guy.
Yeah.
He's a big hate crime guy.
Wait, is he a spree hate crimer, or was it a?
Yeah,
was
he's
it
done it a couple times.
A crime of passion.
I think there was definitely like a gay guy, but he beat this Korean man while screaming like
Elderly.
an elderly Korean man. He
Oh,
beat
no.
while
Yeah.
screaming like the right slurs for that man. I don't remember exactly what he called
Like an
him.
educated slur. Like he's not throwing like ones for Vietnamese people out there. Just for, I don't even know what the Korean ones
Korean
are. I'm
slur?
embarrassed. It's my job.
We're only 7 minutes in. I'll say
I'm a professional.
I'm a professional. I saw somebody like within the last couple months, like they posted that commercial that you were in. From time to time, I'll always see someone online be like, "What happened to FPSRussia is despicable, and it's about time we get him his rights back." And I'm always like, retweet, like that. big fan of this. And like then I have fun like reading the comments also, and they'll be like, "What happened to that guy? I haven't seen him in forever." And they'll be like, he's doing some retarded podcast with two idiots. It's like how far he's fallen.
he's a
And
big
I'm like,
Jew lover now.
you mentioned Israel. This guy can't get enough. Loves it.
I think it's
They don't
terrible.
bring
We're
it
not
up.
giving them their weapons in a timely manner.
No, you know what I want? I think until every American citizen starts getting some weapons from the government, we shouldn't be giving them
right.
anywhere
American
Like
first.
Switzerland.
else.
You
Mhm.
see
Like
that pier?
Switzerland.
Where are
that
my
pier?
artillery shells?
Exactly. Where's my space bombs and whatever
You
they're
can get artillery. I mean, they won't.
I want
provide
them provided by the government, like everyone else gets.
Woo!
Yeah, well,
Mandated.
Those are loans.
they're not loans.
You know what they're talking about taking the Russian assets they have frozen and like loaning it to the Ukrainians at interest. And it's like, whoa, who are the bad guys here?
Right? Didn't the French do that to Haiti or something?
This is worse than that. At least they didn't. They're like steal the money from the Russians, and I mean it is stealing. It's their fucking money, even if they are like conducting this illegal war, this invasion, whatever you want to call it. It's their money. We took that money and seized it, and we're saying we'll just loan this to their enemies.
I wonder
We'll
if
make
this
a
will
little on it.
backfire.
I bet they're not going to like it.
Like, didn't we take money from Iran in the 70s? I'm making that part up and give it back with interest 30 years later, 50 years later, something wild like
no.
that.
I think we did something like that, right?
That was after our coup failed.
We unfroze some of their
Yeah.
assets. Obama did.
We have a good coup record overall, though, I think.
and gave that. I think that $100 million of cash that they, flew over there to the Iranians had something to do with some unfrozen Iranian assets that we've been holding for some long period of time. Seeing their
think he
leader
gave
get
it to him with
Kobe this
interest.
week. I
Wait,
hope
I
not.
love interest.
Kobe,
I-
the best
yeah.
player?
Yeah, the Iranian president got Kobe this week. He got a helicopter. burn.
yes,
The butcher of
He got-
Tehran.
Yeah. What is
internet
with
said he
these
got
powerful
stoned with a
individuals and like being like, "No, you will fly me into the fog. I'm the president. I play for the Lakers." Like, no, just fucking take a car. You can afford a limo too.
There's no
Also,
there's no roads
Stevie Ray
there.
Vaughan as well died in a helicopter
They're-
crash.
They're flying from
Yeah.
like Azerbaijan to
Well, this all started with a big bopper.
back
you
home.
know, and-
They're flying over
and
multiple mountain ranges through this crazy fog
What?
for some reason.
Why is it
But-
so hard to avoid the mountains?
Iran.
Well, I
Iran
don't
is
know,
Very, very
but I'm just saying you
mountainous.
couldn't drive a car. It's not like there's like a
Oh,
it-
yeah.
you
No,
couldn't
no,
drive
I
home.
just feel like we've mastered low visibility
have.
flight, right? We've mastered it. It's called instrument flight, right? What is it, IVR, something like that?
Mhm.
Why are these people hitting the land? Don't do that. Avoid the earth part, and you're good.
Oh, helicopters
Iran
are so
now.
much worse than planes. Planes shit on helicopters.
Do you think we killed them?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, you could. I haven't done any looking into it at all.
I mean,
But I
it's
could
just
see
it's just
it
weird
happening.
timing, you know.
I had to
Like-
guess.
like-
Shit,
like
they
if-
may have killed him.
Yeah.
If it was the finals, Game 7 was next week, and Kobe went down in a crash, we'd be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" But here we are, like Iran.
Is
and
anyone
oil
taking
funding
credit
this
for it,
war.
or is it? Or is it?
No?
an
Oh, this
accident?
isn't the one you take credit for. This is the one you shut up about. This is like some JFK shit. If they killed,
I
this
would
guy.
think so.
But
So
I
what
can
are the
imagine-
theories? Like us, Israel.
Well,
What are
here's
they?
my theory. My theory would be that the fucking Israelis tampered with the instruments on that fucking helicopter in some way to make the instruments that.
Nah,
Woody's
that's small
referring to-
potatoes. They changed the weather to cause the
They
conditions.
did both.
to
They
make
did
the-
both.
Yeah, they're a remarkably thorough people.
They I don't know why everybody's against them. They're clearly the winners.
Who else died in the Iranian president crash?
Like a lot of his cabin. I sent you a list, but it's it's people I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I didn't know who those
Right.
people were.
Mhm. They're not that famous.
A lot of similar
No.
names.
I didn't know their president's name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just know him as the Butcher of Tehran. That's all I know him as.
It's a good title.
That's cool, man. I want to be the butcher of something.
You want to feed people?
The Butcher of St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Active.
Man,
That's
I'd have
already taken.
competition.
That's got to be already taken. Google the Butcher of St. Louis, and
That's
you
the
might
thing,
find
yeah.
a nice place to get some ribeyes, but you might also find a
True.
hammer murderer.
Yeah, from the 30s.
Some 30s hammer murderer. It's a
They love
story
killing people with
tradition. Here.
hammers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's how we kill people.
it's an old Mizzou tradition.
Yeah,
I don't-
Murdered
I-
with hammers.